So here I am finishing a baby blanket that I want to finish before I move so I can give it to some friends here in Brooklyn who just had a baby. And so in a few days I'm moving from New York to Los Angeles, which is really far and is a little bit scary. So there's been a lot of things to get rid of: furniture, clothes, just lots of miscellaneous items. And so today I want to delve into this black box of getting rid of things. What does it mean to actually get rid of them? How am I getting rid of them? So I started decluttering about a month ahead of time so that I could figure out how to actually get rid of these things in the most responsible way that I can figure out. Now I'll take you through the 5 or maybe 6 things that I've done or am doing to get rid of things I don't want anymore. So number 1 is repurpose. And that's actually what I'm in the process of doing right now. So I previously had made a blanket out of old clothes for my nephew. I decided to make another blanket out of old clothes. It's a cotton from some old pajamas that I had. And then I cut up several sweaters that are wool and cashmere. I'm both getting rid of things I don't want anymore. I don't have to move all this across the country. But I'm also giving something a new life and a new home. So number 2 is selling things to consignment shops. First, I sold a box of clothes to The RealReal, which is a luxury consignment shop. So you just give them the clothes, they deal with the selling, and then they pay you after it's sold. But before you give clothes to them, you should look through their designer directory to make sure that you're sending in eligible brands. And so then my clothes that were not eligible for The RealReal, which is almost all of them, I sold through ThreadUp. And it's similar to The RealReal in that they handle all the selling and they just pay you. I didn't really have the time or patience to try to sell all my own things individually. But keep in mind that to sell your clothes, they need to be clean and in good condition. Number 3, I've been selling or giving away items through Facebook Marketplace. So let's see, I've sold hangers, shoe racks, a couch, a table, nightstands, so many things. I don't know, I could just keep on going. A lot of the lighter things I just carry down to the person when they come. But selling on Facebook Marketplace is a great way just to move out things before you move. You know, I'm getting paid for someone to come take a big heavy thing that I can't even lift. Number 4, I've been donating things to be reused or recycled. So the things that I have left over that I couldn't just reuse or sell or give away were things like old shoes, old towels, old pillows, just old clothes that aren't in good condition, some fabric scraps. And so I did a lot of research before donating because I wanted to make sure that these things would actually get recycled or repurposed and not just thrown away. A lot of those things end up in the landfill or they get sent to lower income countries and cause problems there. And I'm actually going to put some links to some articles and accounts that give more information on that. And so I did my best to try to avoid that, to not be a part of that whole cycle and problem. It's kind of hard to tell where everything is going, but I tried. So if you have more information, I would love it. So first I ordered a take-back bag from the clothing brand 4 Days. So what you do is you get this bag and then you can fill it up with old clothes or really any textiles. I reached out to them and they said I could include towels or fabric scraps or any kind of old textile and they will recycle them. And so I also think it's better to not send them clothes that are in good condition that someone else would want to wear. So to order one of these bags, it costs $10, but you immediately get a $10 promo code. So if there's something from 4 days that you already would like to buy, then I think it's a good deal. You should only buy something that you really want. So at this point, the things I had left over were shoes, some old towels, some old bedding, oh, and old pillows. And so with everything, minus the old pillows, I took to a textile donation bin that's fairly close to me in Brooklyn called Helpsy. They collect any old textiles you have. If you give them lower quality things like I gave them, they will be mostly turned into industrial rags or used for insulation. But I still had pillows to get rid of. I got in contact with a local animal shelter, and they do take pillows. They use them as dog beds. And now for number 5, I gave a few things away to friends. And by a few things, I mean a few plants. There's one plant that I decided to take with me to California that will just bring in the car. And the rest of the plants, even though they're great, I decided to leave them in New York. And I just kind of like the idea of giving my plants away to friends. So it's also like leaving a little bit of yourself behind. And then you're kind of forcing someone to like think about you every now and then when they water the plant or repot the plant. And then I said a maybe 6. And well, yeah, number 6. At the beginning of this, I thought I was going to avoid that somehow. But luckily, I live on a street that gets quite a lot of foot traffic. So anything that I put out on the street, I always like keep an eye out for it to make sure it's picked up. And everything has just been swooped up so fast, which just makes me feel great. I'm just so happy every time I look and like more things are taken. I even left a TV down there with the remote and everything, and it did not take long for someone to come get it. I don't know, I think a lot of times in my life I felt like, once something is like thrown in the trash, then it's like gone. It's like out of my view, out of my responsibility. But I'm trying to get away from that thinking. So I don't want to be overly attached to or burdened by my belongings, but I also want to value the Earth's resources that gave me these things and the people who made them. So if I bring something into my life, then I also need to be conscious about where it goes after. Like, I don't think that the whole responsibility should be on the consumer. I think the companies that make things need to take on more responsibility as well. And there's also things the government can do, I'm sure, that could make all of this a lot easier. But yeah, I'm just trying to do my little part. So I'd also love to hear what you do with your things when you're decluttering, because this is not an exhaustive list. This is just what I've been doing the past few weeks. If you liked this video, go ahead and like it and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in Los Angeles.